All right, I want to say it's like two something. Um, I'm back out here, and we're moving on to getting the setup for the window. Now this has curved a bit, so I'm gonna have to level that out. I might cut a piece um to put there, level that out, and then put this on top. Um, yeah. So I have to learn my lesson because I only measured once, but I was pretty sure the number was right in my head, 68 inches. This together is more than 68 inches, and we see there's a little curve here, so somehow I'm gonna have to, get that up. This kind of bows out here because this doesn't allow it to lay flatter, so I have to cut a piece here so I can push this over to flat over. And then that's going to clear up a lot of things, and I can then measure better in terms of like level, because it might be level up to a point up to like here-ish, and then I wouldn't have to necessarily do much. If this is level, this portion, I don't have to worry about leveling it out. So, but the first portion, and I did find these two pieces do go together. Um, or I will make them go together. The first portion here, the first thing to do is to cut this piece. That's what I'm doing right now. So I went and I got my sister's mower, which generally only lasts for like 35 minutes, but I guess I was taking breaks also, and it's not necessarily like a lot of tall grass. Essentially, probably from like here over, well, maybe not there over, but like you can kind of see, maybe probably like here over is all new. This was not part of the, I added some more width, pretty much up to that tire over there. So it's not the same width all the way through. It looks kind of though, but I don't think it is. Which is fine because this allows for two cars to very comfortably pass each other. Maybe not closer over there, but close enough still over there. I think you could still get two cars to pass each other comfortably over there. And then I mowed the strip after having mowed around the trellis and that back area. And I started over here because this would be a nice area for like if a car needs to park or if a car needs to do a U-turn to turn around the tree. But that's a lot more space. I do have to get one of those green tomato cages and put it around this. The way I have that one over there, I'm going to put it around this grapevine. Yeah. This tree I think kind of has to go. It might be, maybe not this one, but the electricity runs probably under this tree, actually, that other tree. So maybe that tree I need to cut. Maybe not this one. I think maybe 1, 2, and 3. Probably this one should probably go also, but for sure this one probably is. I mean, this one kind of looks directly in line with the pole, so maybe not this one. But this one stays, obviously. Let me see. Here's diagonal. So, right there. So that one should probably go. That one's close. I don't know that at this point these trees, if that would damage it, me trying to take it out or not. There's a bunch of trees. Maybe I just need to apply some of the stump killer, and then that'll just break it down naturally, maybe. Anyway, I mowed a lot of this at the 2.5 inch height, I think, and the grass that I mowed mostly at a 1.5 inch height, or actually it's probably a 2 inch height. So at least that's what it is in my, yeah, I think that's what the heights are. And I mowed back there. This can get cleaned up some more, but now it's walkable at least. This needs the strimmer. I need to shorten this bed because there's nothing over here. It's pretty much just gladiolus over here. So let's try and kick it over. And then, I'm not touch it necessarily, but I feel like I kind of have to. Oh God. That's the new bed. This all is It only had the beautyberry that I moved over there and is doing, like, immediately was doing better. So I don't know if I'm going to plant anything else over here. It might have to be some type of tree, but that seems kind of redundant to have taken so many trees out. I don't know what type of tree I would put over here also, but yeah. Anyway, that gives me more space over here for like a trailer or something. Or a shed, who knows. Cleared over here. I really miss my trimmer for all these extra things. I need to come with the loppers. And I need to come with the loppers. There's a couple of trees that I want to cut down. Mostly probably persimmon trees. If they're oaks, that's a different story, but in terms of pathway, walkway, I want to cut a couple trees here. I didn't finish over here, but probably tomorrow or the next day. All the red, I think, is the Highland blueberry. We have one spot here and one spot in the behind those oaks, in the hollow out behind those oaks. I cut all this as well. I forgot that we had a like greenhouse type setup like year before last year, so there was some plastic that's melted down, and there was a weight that was holding the plastic down. Anyway, this is also walkable. Again, some trees to cut down. Anyway, it's like 4:30 almost, I think, which time flew away from me doing this. Again, I don't know how that happened, but it did. But I walked the thing back. I came back. I prepared the drill. And so the solution to me having lost the drill with the impact driver, because that's not like a small bit, it's like a bit this long. The solution is today we're going to use the regular drill driver, not the impact drill driver. And this is magnetic. And this is straight metal. It's not metal wrapped in plastic. So I don't expect this to fall out. I don't know what will have to happen if it did. If it falls out, I can always go with the magnetic thing because it's magnetic all around. And yesterday, I know I said I was going to come out in the night and look for it. I didn't. But I'm probably going to be out here till it starts getting dark, so that should allow me to look for it with the light. And hopefully I find it today. But I can't stop the train from moving. It needs to continue on because I've got a schedule to keep in my mind in terms of things that need to get done well before December. So I would love to have this done by December, then I can freely decorate it for December and whatnot. I don't yet know if I finish the sides how the roof's gonna go, but that's something to figure out later on. It'll probably be a bunch of planks. I squish together like a flat plank, like a flat board, because I don't think I have money. Well, I know I don't have money, and I don't have the time, and people around me don't have the time and space to go get me a board. I guess I could always order. Anyway, anywho, so I cut this down, and I was cutting it. I'm like, maybe the easier thing would have been for me to put up another thing, but then I think that would have narrowed the space I have for the window. Not necessarily significantly, but I think this is the perfect solution, was to cut it down, and it ended up being. So here we're gonna screw these down. I think it's flat again up to like it's level up until like a point. So we're gonna check that, and then yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to go back and get the impact driver. This is not, the wood is too warped and it's not, and weathered, and it's not hard enough with me pushing with the non-impact driver, non-impact drill. So because it's a magnetic, I'm just gonna be extra vigilant because I am. When I took out the pieces of wood from the other platform, we had the longer screws, like 2.5-inch screws, and I tried initially to go with these, the golden screws I've been using. The 2.5-inch screws probably, the long screws have probably been the best so far. And again, only one of them isn't at this point. There's a gap because I had to make it level to my eye. But I think it's working. I don't know how I got it in. Where is it? It's over here. I got the one in here. The other three, well, I guess this one is, but it hasn't gone all the way down. But these two I can't get back out with the regular drill. Another reason I have to get the impact driver. So everything's level though. So it's not necessarily level on this side. But I figured that, I don't know that I'll put a screw in it for right now, but I figured that I will end up trying to bow this out a little bit more. One. Two, I think this was maybe initially cut out to be a vertical thing. I am going to have to find another one of these for vertically. I think we only had one on that side. So I might have to find some other ones and cut them to try and fit this, but that's a later problem. Oh, also this is a DeWalt, so yeah, for the impact driver. Wow. Apparently this is not magnetic at all. God. Okay. Girl. Girl. Oh my god. Hello. Okay. And you want to be all fussy and whatnot. God. Blah blah blah. Okay. But which way? Because now it's like over. It needs to be over. Boo. I guess that's fine. No, I have to take that out. God. did say time out. Or girl. But no. But no. God. No. It's not good enough. No. Ow. Okay. Now we're doing something. If I screw this whole thing in now, will I be able to flex this later? Well, it's straight enough. I think it's... The channel is straight enough, I think. Yeah, the channel is straight enough. So I think actually this is probably... Let's see. Hey, you going with Yaya? You know where the moon is? The moon? The moon? Do you know where the moon is? No. Baby. Baby. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna finish this up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. So, I put it on and it went through, but I wanted it a bit straighter. This is a bit straighter, not super straight. It kind of still goes a bit, but it's straight enough so that when I have to stuff it from one side or the other, it's not going to be super wide. As this one is a lot, the channel here is a lot wider on these two than it was on that side. So everything fits. There did end up being a screw on the flap side, but I couldn't take out the part regardless. I took out the screws, so the screws are off, but the flap side regardless, I can't take out. I kind of want to put caulk. I don't know where exactly I would put it at this point because some of these gaps are so big, but you know, days are coming ahead, so I'm not super worried. This is a lot flatter than it was before, and if it's not flat enough, we'll just raise it with like a shim or something. So I'm not really super worried. Yeah. I don't know that I'll need a shim or I'll just need to, what do you call this? If I just need to, I don't think I need to worry about a shim because the thing is square itself, right? So any gap that's not laying flat will be filled with something else. So, yeah. Feels like I didn't do a lot, but I know I did, right? I know I did. This over here is not flat with this. That's okay. I don't know if I'm going to find a vertical piece to put up there or if it'll just lay flat. Probably not. Probably try and put like some of a flat piece over there. But yeah, if I need to, I'm sure there's some type of tool we have that would allow me to widen the channel to make it a bit straighter. But also like I'm trying to close the channel. So again, it fit in there. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. So yeah.